Happy Monday. Rebecca Norris here with Providence Realty for your weekly market update. This week we're going to do a little different. I'm going to bring you your stats, and then I'm going to have a little something I'd like to talk to you guys about with the current market trend. So let's go to the weekly stats. Last week we had 398 properties come on the market. We had 120 that came back on the market, fell out of contract. We had a price decrease of 383 properties. Keep that in mind, 383. We'll talk about that in just a minute. We had 331 go under contract. Congratulations to those buyers. And we had 504 close. So really congratulations to them. I hope everything works out great for your new home. So like I said, this week's going to be a little different than normal. Usually at this point in the video, we try to do a market stat breakdown of either housing sizes, number of bedrooms, stuff like that. But there's something in the market going on right now that I really wanted to bring to you guys. It's kind of a new trend that us real estate agents have started talking about and we are starting to see. And so I wanted to bring it to you guys first, so that you get a chance to make decisions on buying and selling in the near future with all of the newest market info. So right now, in other areas, our market has been one of the more stable markets. There are a lot more markets out there in places like Miami and Texas and California that are a much more volatile market. So we do live in a pretty stable market, and it's good for us because we get the chance to see market trends in other areas before they hit us. And right now in our market, we have been experiencing a low inventory, high buyer seller market. A lot of competition up there. And that has really drove our housing prices up. And experts are saying that this is getting ready to change. We are actually seeing a lot of new construction coming into our area as well as others. That's going to increase our inventory. New construction out there is definitely going to help us have more options. There's also, in some of these key markets, more houses are going onto the market. People are trying to sell their homes, take advantage of these high prices, and that's increasing inventory, which is always a good thing. So it's giving buyers more option, and more options means less competition. Less competition is actually helping to keep those prices from going any higher. A lot of these high-priced property markets are seeing decreases in houses that are, some properties are $1 million and they're seeing decreases. Some areas, a high-end property starts at $500,000. There's decreases in high property values, which means that, eventually these high-priced properties, as they start to come down, because they're having a hard time selling their property and these people aren't able to afford it, that means more options in lower price ranges as well. Another factor that's also helping to drive the market back into a buyer's market from a seller's market is an increase in mortgage rates, interest rates. Your interest rates have risen a little bit over the past year. We're still nowhere near the highs that it was back in the market boom in the early 2000s before the market crashed. So we're still in a very reasonable interest rate, but it has gone up a little bit. So what does this mean for sellers? What does this mean for buyers? Well, first off, what this means for sellers is top dollar for your property may not be as easy to get anymore. If you want that top dollar in this market, you're definitely going to be looking into making sure your property is spotless. Cleaning and staging are going to be keys in trying to keep your property in that top dollar range. And some listings are even looking into pre-inspections, getting that property inspected before you put it on the market. That way you can take care of any of those maintenance issues that you run into. And a pre-inspection is a good thing for buyers because they know before they walk into that house that it has been inspected recently and any of your issues have been solved already. So this is a little more work for buyers or for sellers, excuse me, to keep that top dollar. But right now we are still in a seller's market. It is just starting to turn toward the buyer's market. And what is this market shift going to mean for buyers? Well, obviously it means more inventory. There's going to be more houses out there, and they're going to be more reasonably priced. And it also is going to mean less competition, more inventory, less competition, less of those multiple offer situations where you're fighting to try and purchase this property, and the price is going up and above list price in order to secure the property. So interesting stats for a market. We're excited to see how it's going to happen. Obviously, we're not anywhere near a crash. The market always has trends. It always shifts, in different ways, and we are not going to see a drop in market anytime soon as far as being busy, or any kind of drought in the buying and selling end. We are just going to see a little bit of a shift towards a buyer's market. So it's still a great time to sell your house. If you are looking to sell your home, it is still a great time to sell before we shift all the way back into a buyer's market. It may take a while to get there, and for a buyer, you're in luck. You may have a little more inventory, a little more options out there for you to find your perfect home. So always, this has been your real estate market update. If you have any questions, I'm always here to help. I'm happy to help out any buyers or sellers that may be interested in starting their real estate search. And with our weekly market update, if you have any market facts that you would like to show on my video, just reach out to me. You can comment on this video, you can send me a message, and I'd be more than happy to include your market stat in my next weekly update. Have a wonderful week.